welcome to Johnny's Cheap. You know, I'm like Joey Tribbiani from Friends. My favorite food, sandwiches. I love sandwiches. There's so many varieties of sandwiches. One of my favorites, you know, I love a Reuben. I also love a patty melt. A little Reuben-like, but it's with burger. But it's on rye bread with a little Swiss cheese, but instead of sauerkraut, onion. And the Swiss cheese, add a little cheddar as well. We're gonna make a patty melt. And my memories of patty melts, my best patty melt away from home, stupid, but it's in the West Des Moines Target Cafe. They made a great patty melt. Mrs. Cheap was working there at the time, and I went and had lunch with her one day, and it was a great patty melt. Worst patty melt ever? I'm sure it's better now, but it was at a country kitchen in Atlantic, Iowa, about 30 years ago. Outside bread wasn't toasted, it was burned, and the cheese on the inside wasn't even close to melted. Horrible patty melt. But mine at home are really good. Let's make one the Johnny's Cheap way. Patty melt. All right, I'm gonna get our rye bread ready. I will say on the rye bread, check the date on the bread when you're at the store, because I had 3 different dates, like the 23rd, the 24th, and this one was the 28th, so get the most recent. And rye bread does freeze great. You can put it in the freezer and pull out just 2 pieces if you want later, which is what we'll do with this. But first up, I'm gonna butter my rye bread as my skillet is heating up to cook our burger and our onions. A lot of butter, soft spread's easier, of course.
It's kind of a kicked up grilled cheese.
It is, different bread, kind of a different cheese, and with meat in the middle. And onions. So yeah, it's really kicked up. I do love a good patty melt, and anytime I see it on a menu, I'm like, oh, I think I need to try the patty melt. All right, we're buttered. Let's get the burger in the skillet. 1/2 pound of ground beef. All right, 1/2 pound of, this is I think 80% ground beef. I'm doing 1/2 pound because I'm just making one big one for Mrs. Cheap and I to split. It's just medium to medium high heat. I'm gonna smash it out. Needs to be kind of big, you know, to fill out our burger, our bread.
You know who else has a good patty melt?
Who's that?
Culver's. I don't remember what they call it. It's like a Wisconsin melt or something.
Oh, I'm sure. Something else.
So good.
Little of my Johnny's Cheap burger seasoning, seasoned salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. But it's really good. We have a video on how to make it. I'm just gonna let this go. All right, burger's just getting started. I'm gonna add the onion, and this is just some Vidalia onion. Of course, you can use white. I've had it with red onion. Just a couple of slices there. And I like that to use some of the beef grease to cook it. And you know what? I have used in the past, sauerkraut is really good with this too. But I like to get it in the beef fat. Then you drain the fat off of it after it's done. So just get the onion in there. Now, a lot of recipes, a lot of people, they like to really caramelize it. I like it about half cooked, not completely caramelized. So once this is done to my liking, you'll see what it's like. I'll pull it out and save it for putting on our bread. But I'll go ahead and season the onion up as well.
With the burger seasoning, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Same burger seasoning. Let that cook. All right, that's about how I love my patty melt onions. They're softened, you know, they're not caramelized. Just kind of starting to get a little brown on them.
But they still have that nice oniony bite.
Oh yeah. And like I say, it is really good with sauerkraut. I put the sauerkraut in there too, in the beef fat, and just let it get a little brown. And it's really good with sauerkraut too. Now we just need to get our patty going here. Probably about time to flip. And there we are.
With your giant spatula.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna season this side. And I'm going to add a little cheese. Now here, since it takes more time to melt, I'm going to just add a little bit of cheddar cheese. So that will melt. Then we'll put our onions on that and then top it with cheddar, or with Swiss. See what I mean? All right, got the cheese on there. Cheddar's a hard melter, so I'm just going to put an ice cube in there and cover it to melt that cheese. All right, so you got that melty goodness. Now we're gonna get our onions on there. I mean, lots of onions.
This is a stacked burger, that's why we share it.
That's what makes it a patty melt, is all that oniony goodness. Yeah. Now,
Don't forget that. You got one more little one. Don't miss it.
And a tiny one.
Yeah, don't miss them.
Yeah, the little guys. There we go. Now, it's enough for a slice and a half of Swiss. Oh, a slice would probably do, but I already got the other half pulled out. So there we go. Push it down a little bit. Lid back on. Hot lid.
Honey.
Just to melt that cheese.
It's going to melt your hand.
Asbestos. All right. Patty melt is done. The burger, melted cheese, onion. I turned my heat down. Now I'm going in with the rye bread. Butter side down. Swiss cheese.
And you took the excess grease out of it.
Yeah, I poured the grease out. Yeah, because there was a little bit of grease, not a lot. And this I'm going to get on there right there. That's nice and hot. Going to help melt that cheese. The other side, right on top. I'm gonna push that down a little. Yeah. We're about 7 minutes away from some patty melt goodness. All right, let's get ready to flip this baby with my giant spatula. Oh, tell me that doesn't look golden. And I'm gonna push it down just a little. Just to compact it a little. But most of our cheeses are melted already. I'm on low to medium low. Let that get golden brown and we have a patty melt. All right, there we are, patty melt. I cut it. Looks nice and toasty. And, well, that's pretty cheesy. That's what I'm talking about. Patty melt. I got some homemade potato salad. That's gonna be our side tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Patty melt, tater salad. It's a way to do it. Like, subscribe, follow. Thanks for watching John Eats Cheap. We're ready to dig in to an all-time favorite.